History doesn't end when empires fall. It explains why they stop working long before they fall. The most dangerous moment for any empire is not invasion, it is not rebellion, it is not economic collapse. The most dangerous moment is when the empire still looks powerful but no longer believes in itself. Empires rarely collapse suddenly. They decay quietly, invisibly, often while their banners still fly, their armies still march, and their leaders still speak with confidence. By the time collapse becomes visible, the real collapse has already happened. This is the hidden story of history, the story of how empires die long before they fall. Most people imagine collapse as a dramatic moment, a city burning, a throne overturned, a final battle that ends everything. But history tells a very different story. Empires do not disappear overnight. They hollow out from the inside. Power remains, but purpose fades. Institutions still exist, but trust erodes. The laws are still written, but no longer respected. This silent phase is where collapse truly begins, and it is almost never noticed. At their height, empires appear unstoppable. Their cities grow larger, their borders expand, their wealth increases. But growth can be deceptive, because success creates comfort. Comfort hides decay, and decay weakens systems. The illusion of strength is one of history's greatest traps. Empires often fall not when they are weak, but when they believe they are untouchable. The Roman Empire is the most famous example. From the outside, Rome looked eternal. Its roads stretched across continents. Its armies dominated Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Its cities were marvels of engineering and order. But long before Rome fell, something had already gone wrong. Not with its armies, but with its belief. Roman citizenship once meant something sacred. It represented duty, identity, and loyalty. Over time, that meaning eroded. Citizenship became transactional. Military service became mercenary. Leadership became distant and corrupt. People no longer believed Rome represented them. They obeyed, but they did not believe. And obedience without belief is fragile. This pattern appears again and again in history. Empires collapse when belief disappears, because belief is what turns power into legitimacy. An empire can rule through fear for a time, it can rule through wealth for a time, it can rule through force for a time, but it cannot rule forever without belief. Consider the Mali Empire. At its peak, Mali was unimaginably wealthy. Its gold reshaped global economies. Its cities were centers of learning, trade, and culture. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage shocked the world. Gold flowed so freely that entire regions experienced inflation. From the outside, Mali looked invincible. But internally, cracks were forming. Wealth concentrated at the top, succession weakened stability, local loyalty fractured, institutions depended on individuals instead of systems. When leadership weakened, belief collapsed with it, and once belief was gone, the empire followed. This is a critical lesson history repeats endlessly. Empires do not collapse because they lose resources. They collapse because they lose cohesion. When people stop believing in the system, they stop protecting it. They stop sacrificing for it. They stop defending it. At that moment, collapse becomes inevitable, even if it takes decades to arrive. Another illusion that accelerates collapse is the illusion of control. As empires grow larger, they often become less governable. Bureaucracies expand, rules multiply. Decision-making slows, the center becomes disconnected from the edges. Local problems are misunderstood, warnings are ignored, feedback disappears. By the time leaders realize something is wrong, they no longer have the tools to fix it. Complex systems fail quietly before they fail publicly. The Ottoman Empire followed this exact pattern. For centuries, it adapted, reformed, and expanded. But eventually, reforms slowed, institutions fossilized, innovation lagged behind rivals. The empire still looked powerful, its armies still existed, its borders still stretched far, but internally it had lost flexibility, and rigid systems break under pressure. Collapse did not come suddenly, it came slowly through stagnation, fragmentation, and loss of legitimacy. History shows us something uncomfortable. Collapse is rarely caused by a single event, it is caused by accumulation, small compromises, ignored warnings, temporary solutions becoming permanent problems. Each decision seems rational at the time, each trade-off feels necessary, but together they weaken the foundation. Another silent killer of empires is elite detachment. As empires grow wealthy, their leaders often become insulated. They stop living among the people, they stop sharing risks, They stop understanding daily realities. Policy becomes abstract. Consequences become distant. When elites no longer feel the cost of their decisions, systems rot quickly. This disconnect destroys trust, and trust is the currency of stability. The final stage before collapse is institutional failure. Institutions are meant to outlast individuals. They provide continuity, order, and fairness. But when institutions serve only a few, people stop respecting them. Courts lose credibility. Laws feel arbitrary. Rules are enforced selectively. At this point, power still exists, but legitimacy is gone. And without legitimacy, every crisis becomes fatal. History teaches us a profound truth. Empires don't fall when they lose battles. They fall when they lose meaning. When people no longer believe the system represents them. When loyalty becomes conditional. When survival replaces identity. Collapse is not loud at first. It is quiet, administrative, psychological. By the time it becomes visible, there is nothing left to save. This is why history matters. Not because it predicts exact outcomes, but because it reveals patterns. And the pattern is always the same. Belief dies first, institutions weaken next, collapse arrives last. Empires fall long before they fall. The lesson is not about the past alone. It is about understanding how systems survive and how they fail. Because every civilization believes it is different. Every empire believes it is exceptional. Every power believes it will last. History disagrees. If you want to understand the future, you must study the moments before collapse, not the moment of collapse itself. Because by then, it is already too late. History doesn't end when empires fall. It explains why they stop working long before they fall. And it is always quieter than we expect.